Hello, everybody. My name is Bob. I'm here to talk to you about racialism and identitarianism. And this is an infection, a poison that exists in both the left and the right today. Now, I had a whole bunch of other stuff I was planning to do today. And apparently, this was not part of the plan. I was going to do a lot of other stuff. I was going to get stuff done today. But this just settled on my heart, and I had to say something about it. Identitarianism on the left, racialism on the right. It's poison. Now, I'm going to talk about some people on the right first because, they're the people who are most similar to me. I mean, I'm a constitutionalist. I believe in individual rights. I believe in small government. So people who are similar to me are the people I'm going to talk to first. And what I'm going to say to them is, when you have white liberals being the single greatest enemy of a constitutionalist, liberty-loving America, how can you say color matters? All the white liberals out there, why are they more important than a black conservative? How can you say that? I would 100 times, if shit hit the fan, and I was looking for somebody to cover my back and whose back I could cover. The last person I would be looking for is somebody like Nancy Pelosi, who's white. Somebody like Coleon Noor, however, who's black. I'd have him. I'd be willing to partner up with him anytime because he believes in constitutional principles. He believes in personal liberty. He believes in government staying the fuck out of our business. So why would I prefer a white person just because they're white over somebody who believes in the same things I do? That doesn't make any sense. That's bullshit. Color doesn't matter. And the people on the right who think it does, they are a poison on our movement. They are a poison. They are destroying our movement. Yeah, I get it that people of color tend to vote more liberal than white, but who's really, pulling the heavy, doing the heavy punching in the liberal business? It's not blacks, it's not browns, it's white people. Look on that Democratic stage, on the Democratic base. Who there is preaching the most insanely communist progressive agenda ever? It's not, people of color, generally speaking. I mean, there's Cory Booker. But Beto O'Rourke wants to abolish the Second Amendment. Wants to abolish the First, apparently. Buttkeg. I don't know his name. I don't want to know his name. Buttkeg is what I call him. They are pushing the most totalitarian progressive agenda conceivable. And they're white. Okay, sure, one of them's gay. Big deal. So how, speaking to rightists, how do you think color matters? How do you imagine that matters? I don't care what color a person is. I do care, whether they believe in my personal liberty, my personal rights. I do care whether they want to, put me in slavery or whether they want to have this be a free country. I do care about that. I don't care what color their skin is. That's bullshit. So, people on the right, and I will speak out to one of those people. I follow John Mark. I listen carefully to what he says. But he wants a white ethno-state. How, I mean, what does white have to do with it, Are you going to bring in liberals into your white ethno-state? No. I hope not. So only white and conservative, right? Well, what does the white have to do with it? What you care about is whether they're conservative, whether they have the same values that you do. The color of the pigmentation of their skin doesn't matter. That's just bullshit. Okay? And so identitarians, racialists on the right, are a poison on our movement. And they really have no place there, and we need to make that as clear as possible. Now, lefties, it's your turn. Leftism, used to be what liberalism, classical liberalism, used to mean was, nobody should care what color you are, what your gender is, whether you're gay or straight, none of that shit. It's just everyone. Everyone, you just treat everyone the same legally. Everyone's the same, right? That's a good idea. I ain't got no problem with that idea. That's a good idea. I mean, that's something closer to what our although granted our founding fathers held slaves, but that's closer to the ideals of the American Revolution. You just treat everyone the same. You are blind to race. You're blind to gender. You're blind to sexual orientation. I can get that. But now, it's like, it's not that I need to accept, say, a gay person as my equal under the law. I have to celebrate their gayness. It's not that I have to treat a transsexual as equal under the law, which I'm totally prepared to do. It's that I must celebrate their transgender, even if my religion says no. So leftism has really become racialism plus. It has become racial plus a lot of other stuff, where you don't. It's not that you have to tolerate people who are different from you, which I am all for. It's that you must embrace whatever it is that they embrace. If they embrace drag queen story hour, teaching having drag queens dressed up like fiendish women, teaching your kids in libraries. That you have to be not only okay with that, or not only okay with them doing that, you have to celebrate it. That is leftism. That is the condition of the leftism now. So leftism isn't simply racist. It's racist plus, and then some. And so it's far from being my concern to tell leftists what to do, except to go to hell. But they are just as racist as the right is. They're just racist in different ways. White God believers, white male God believers, we don't want to hear from you. We don't want to hear what you have to say. We want when you go to get a job, it's not that you will be treated the same as everyone else. It is we will force you down in the pecking order in order to hire a woman, hire a black, hire a gay. Not equal, unequal. Trying to not have equality of process, which I agree with, which I want. Equality of process. They don't want equality of process. They want somehow equality of results. So that their idea of a perfect CEO for a corporation would be somebody who's female, handicapped, and gay. Whether or not they're any good at the job or not. So they have their own and much broader form of racialism and identitarianism, and it's all poison, all of it. Every bit of it is poison. It's poison on the right, it's poison on the left. So, being more concerned about what people are doing on the right myself, I'm especially, keen to tell those people on the right who might be tempted to have some racial element to their thinking. What the fuck are you thinking? Why does it matter what the melanin in their skin is? Someone like Coleon Noir, one of my favorite YouTubers, he is far more deserving of being in this country and being called a true American and a true patriot than any number of white liberals I could mention. So where does their skin color enter into it? It doesn't. What do I care about when I'm thinking about who I'm allying with? What do I care about that? What do I care about? I care about whether they value my individual liberty, believe in the Constitution, believing in God is a plus, and believing in small government. The government needs to stay in its place. It's not our God. It's not our mama. It needs to stay in its fucking place. That's what I value, not what color their skin is. It's bullshit. And And this is really an infection among the right, and we need people who believe in individual liberty and small government need to repudiate this in the strongest possible terms. Yes, I know that people of color are more likely to vote Democrat. Hopefully that'll change. Hopefully they'll come to their senses, right? But that doesn't mean that somehow now I have more in common with Nancy Pelosi or Hillary Clinton than I do with them. No, it's real simple. Do they believe in individual rights? Do they believe in freedom? Do they believe in small government? Government staying in its place? Do they believe in the Constitution? Do they believe in the principles of the American Revolution, upon which this country was founded? Do they believe in God? That's a plus. When shit hits the fan, the person you want to have next to you is somebody who believes in the Ten Commandments, not some nihilist. Okay, that's important too. So that's what I would care about, not what their skin color is. Why the fuck would I care? That's stupid. And maybe some of not a lot, but some of Trump's rhetoric has assisted this, and if it has, that is a mistake. But it doesn't mean I don't support him. It means that any movement in that direction I would regard as a dire mistake. So that's about it. And leftists are as guilty and more of racial identitarian thinking as white right-wing people. That's a big part of what liberalism is now. Liberalism used to be, you just let everybody be who they are. Leave them alone. Equal rights. Justice is blind. The big old the statue of blind justice. Justice doesn't look at your skin color or sexual orientation or any of that. It's blind. Everybody has the right to the same process. That's what liberalism used to be. That's not what it is now, but it's what it used to be. So, all right, bros. Take care, and I'll check out. See you later.